the discipline, creating a writing habit was exactly where I needed to start. Well, I have been in my head thinking, what is my message? What is it that people really want? I've had so many interviews and I ask people, and people say, when are you going to write your book? And it's like, oh, I got to have it all figured out. And I've just taken a different approach. And it's actually working for me, which is very weird because I like to have it all planned. I need a roadmap. I need to know all the lights are green, and then I will leave my house. So I can't do that anymore. So
So what
I
has
guess
been the
maybe my
most,
question for you, Josh, would be, okay, so this is my starting point and I'm being disciplined and it's working. I'm actually starting to look forward to my 750 words. It's freed me up. But now I can't just stay there. I need to actually come out of this. So what would be my next step? What would you recommend?
well, I'm curious. Tell me a little bit more about your writing habit. What has been the hardest part of getting that writing habit in place, and what has been the most helpful to break through and actually turn it into a habit?
This is just very personal for me. It's letting aside my perfectionism and my sense of my fear, maybe of just feeling like maybe when it's all done, it's not going to be good enough. Like maybe people wouldn't want my writing. Maybe I can't do it. So as long as I don't do it, I never have to prove that I can. I just always have it in the future. I don't know that making sense. But when I let that go, and I just thought, and I heard some of you say it last week. I forget there was a woman on the call, and you were talking about vomit draft, and I thought that sounds horrible. Like that is so not the way I work. I don't do that. It's got to be really good, and then I'll start to shape it and get all my notes. And I thought, why don't I do that? Why do I have to feel like I've got to have this all figured out? So that was probably my biggest breakthrough. I just could let that go. I don't have to be perfect. I know all those things in my head. Everyone knows these things. But to actually just do it and say, I gave myself permission to say, just write, have a writing prompt, and then write. And that actually changed it for me. And once I started doing it without feeling like I have to have my main points and my introductory paragraph and my three supporting points and all of my, all of the reference material and the credentials, it was just like, just write. And I cannot stop writing. There's so much inside. I thought 750 words, that is not enough. I got to keep doing more. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it was probably me just shifting out of my fear, shifting my mindset and saying, hey, try something different. Just give it a try. What have you got to lose? Do it for 1 week. That's what I did.
What, Catherine, what is your sort of writing ritual? What is your sort of schedule?
The
Do you
ritual
have
I
a,
started this week, because it literally is this week, as up until now, like, well, when I work, I'm a professional, I'm an executive coach, and I come from a corporate background where I was a director. So I would do a lot of reports and I would write different things, but write articles, but it would be very time consuming and I'd have to get it all right. So right now, what I'm trying to do is and then I'm an executive coach, so I do a lot of training for companies and leadership development. So I don't know exactly what
do
you're
you write
asking
first thing
me.
in the morning? Do you write,
Oh, that, no, you know what? I
um,
gotta say, that hasn't disciplined yet because I have different things on the go. So it's like,
huh?
yeah, just work it in when I can. And I'm down to 17 minutes for 800 words, and it just keeps coming. So I just look forward to it. So that there's no morning routine. It just, it's just doing it.
It's great. The dam has opened, huh?
Yeah, but it's not there. Like the water is quite muddy, as you can imagine. But yet there's threads coming out, and yeah, it's okay. But that was my big breakthrough, was just to say, don't try to figure this out. Just write.
That's great. Perfect.